Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll see how to set up a quick and simple Azure CI/CD pipeline. For this demo, we are going to be using this repository which I have forked. This is made by Adrian. He has done a great job with this project. This is a YouTube clone application, and I'll make sure to put this URL in the description so that you can try it out. Okay, first things first, we are gonna clone this repository locally, then push it to the Azure repos. Then we are gonna deploy a web app service. For this demo, we are gonna be deploying this application into Azure web app. Then we will go ahead and start working on the pipeline. For this demo, we are going to use classical editor. It is a very best and easy way to get started with the pipeline. If you are new, I'm also planning to make a video on YAML pipeline. I mean, how to create a build pipeline using YAML. Do let me know if you're interested. Okay, let's go ahead, and this is Azure portal, and let's go to Azure DevOps organization and create a project for this demo. Okay, this is my organization. Then now I will create a new project. I'll name this YT for YouTube, just to make it simple. You can name it whatever you like. Okay, we have project in place. Now as part of this demo, we'll only be messing with these two, repos and pipeline. We won't be touching these. Okay, so here as you can see, the repository is empty. It's giving us a link to push the repo here. Let's copy the URL and let's open git bash. Let's put this aside. I'll create a new folder to clone this repo locally. Again, I'll name this YT local. Alright, pwd for present working directory. I'll go to desktop now. Can set desktop local. Alright, let's clone. Oh, sorry, I need a URL to clone this. Okay, copy and git clone and the URL to clone the repo locally. Now we are done with cloning. Let's check it out. As you can see, inside YT local we have a repo we just cloned. Okay, let's go inside that. Okay, now let's initiate the git by running the command git init. This will initiate the git, initialize the git. Okay, now let's push this to the repo. Go back to Azure, copy this. So the command to push is Azure remote add origin and the URL of the page. Okay, and hit enter. Remote origin already exists. Okay, I think there's an error here. Let's see what origins are existing. For that, git remote -v, which displays all the origin existed. Okay, as you can see, as of now we have already added to origin related to git, but we want Azure here. Let's remove them. The command is git remote remove origin. Hope this works. let's check out if, okay, as you can see we don't have any origin in place. Let's add a new, the command we copied, not this. Okay, copy this. We are adding this as an origin to push the repo from local to Azure. I think we have added it successfully. Yeah, as you can see, DevOps, this is what we want to see. Now let's push. And also to push, we have this here. All you need is, you need this command, you just copy it, paste it. This should do the work. Okay, good. Let's get back to Azure and try refreshing this tab. As you can see, we have the repo in Azure, the same thing which you see in Git. All right, yeah, back to the demo. Since we have the repo with us, let's go ahead and deploy a web app service. So create a resource. The resource we need is a web app, so select create on the web app. It's loading. Yeah, okay. First, anytime you create a resource, that resource needs to be part of a resource group. You cannot create a resource without having any resource group in place. So let's make a resource group. We'll name it as YT demo, YouTube demo, or let's say clone. So make sure to delete all the resources that once you are done with them, so that you don't get billed for that resources. Okay, then the name of this should be YT YouTube clone. Okay, underscore is not accepted. What about this? Yeah, no, youtube.clone should work. Okay, no, YouTube clone, that's fine. You see, this is the domain. When you can access this web app by YT clone -hu so and so. Okay, and since we are going to publish code, we select code. So that means you can upload your application code, and this will provision the underlying runtime and spin up your application. Basically hosts your application without needing you to provision an Nginx or Apache server to host the web server. Everything will be taken care by them. And you have another containerization, basically dockerizing your application, and yeah, that's it. For now, we'll select code, and runtime stack should be, let's select Node.js latest 18, Node.js 18, and operating system, let's leave it default Linux. And the region, make sure you choose the region closest to you. Since I'm in India, let's select something, maybe South India, or South India is fine. App service plan, this is basically the app service plan. If you wanna have web app service running, you do need app service plan. It's just a computing resources getting deployed, like how much CPU, memory, or disk you need. Each service plan price is different depending on the resource getting deployed. Let's explore more options. Let's see what resources costs how much. These are all the plans available in app service. So you can see app service pricing plan. You can choose according to the requirement. As of this demo, free should work fine. You can go ahead with free. If in case that throws an error, we can go ahead and deploy this one. This shouldn't give you any error. To be in the safer side, I am going to select this since we are just gonna keep this up for some time. Select it. Now redundancy zone. Do you want redundancy? Since this is a demo, we don't need a redundancy. Keep this disabled. We don't need this. Continuous deployment, no need. Basic authentication, not needed. Enable public access. Make sure you have this enabled. Enable network injection, no need. Monitoring and secure, no need. You can disable it, no need. You can just skip and create. Now we have choose South India as a region. The resource is being deployed. Let's wait. Or I can go to hit on pipeline. As you can see, the pipelines are empty since we haven't created any. The resource is deployed. Go to resource. This is the resource, web app resource that we just deployed. Let's give it some time. Okay, as you can see, web app has been deployed. Now you can access your page using this URL. At the moment we are in the default page. Once we deploy our application, we can access, we can view it here. Since we haven't deployed it yet, we are seeing the default page. Okay, let's get back to the pipeline. Okay, so as you can see, we have no pipelines yet. We hit on create pipelines. Since we decided on creating a pipeline using classical editor, hit this option in the bottom below. And of course the repository has been pushed to Azure repos, so we are going to use Azure repo. Continue. Since we are working on a simple application, we are not gonna need any templates. Right, just hit on empty job. Alright, this is how the classical editor looks like. You don't need to mess with any code and stuff. Everything will be GUI. It's most simple way to get started with pipelines. Here you won't be having more control over the pipeline, but still it does the work. Okay, so hit on pipeline. Let's see what agent is here. So Azure agent, it is Azure agent. We can also create our own self-hosted agent as well, but as of now we'll proceed with default Azure pipeline agent. The agent version, let's put it as Ubuntu latest. Okay, agent of pipeline name should be, let's leave it default. It doesn't matter, the pipeline name, whichever you want, you can name it. Now get source. So Azure, this is where this repo is gonna check out from. Agent job 1. Here you see the plus icon. You can hit on this plus to add the tasks. Now we are gonna use npm install. Okay, so here we are going to install npm. We are gonna leave everything by default, so working package. Okay, we'll leave this as default. I'm not gonna mess with it. Again, hit on add. Again, add npm, but this time we're gonna use build. Okay, we'll use the same, but we're gonna make some changes here. So instead of, okay, here the commands that are available are install, publish, custom, ci. So install is what we needed, but here we don't need install. It's gonna be custom, and the command that we need is run build. This is a command that's gonna run, and the display name we change it to build. It will be easy for us to understand. And package, we'll leave it by default, and again hit add. Now once the artifact is built, we need to publish it. So find publish, I will search for publish. Now you can see publish built artifact, hit on add, go to publish built artifact. Now the path should be so here in the path to publish we will put build. Okay, and the name of the artifact by default will be drop. Let's leave it, and this is gonna publish to Azure pipeline, not an issue. Okay, again we'll add another task, which is app service. App service deploy, add this. Now one thing to note that this is a CI pipeline. To create a CD pipeline, we're gonna go ahead and do it in the release pipeline, but here in the CI pipeline itself we are also deploying the application. In the CI we are making CI CD. We can do that, but best practice is you only create CI here, then go to release, there you generate the CD continuous deployment. But for this demo purpose and make this simple, we are just gonna deploy it here in the CI. So we will rename it to CI CD. In the app service plan, need a service connection. You do need a service connection communicating from Azure DevOps to Azure portal. So the app service plan is sitting inside the Azure portal. Now the pipeline we have, the artifact built is in the DevOps. So we need this DevOps and CIs, the portal communicating. So using the service connection, we can make that happen. Now every time you are creating this for the first time, you need to authorize and also log into it. Okay, let me just give it the credential and login. Okay, this is the code I got. Sign in. Alright. Okay, we have successfully created a service connection. Now this connection type will be Azure Resource Manager. Let's leave it as is. App service plan, web app on Windows. Let's choose Linux. Yeah. App service name. So how do you think this DevOps would get the information which is inside Azure portal for app service plan? It happens through the service connection we just created. If you hit in here, it will show you all existing app services. You see YT clone. This is the app service we created. Choose this. Deploy to slot. Okay, this is a different topic. We are not going to touch this now, but in the future we will. And package folder. So again here we're gonna put build. So this is where it's gonna fetch the built artifact. Runtime stack. So we're gonna use static, and I think we are good. We can, just we'll rename this CICD. You see, when I change, when I make changes here, it's directly applied there as well. Okay, I think this is the simplest pipeline that we built. Let's save and queue. And my first pipeline. Now hit save and run. Alright, you can see Your pipeline has been queued. Hit on it to view the status or the progress. Okay, this is the steps we created: npm install, npm build, publish, and deploy. This, as I said, git checkout, it's gonna download your repository before building and deploying. Let's wait for this to complete. Okay, we have successfully completed the install. npm build is also successful, but publish artifact is a failure. If you noticed, when this step is failed, the next step to it is skipped and it just went to the final step. So whenever a pipeline gets failed, it will skip the rest of the steps. Now let's get back to the pipeline and see what went wrong. Okay, pipeline, edit pipeline. Go to pipeline. This is the pipeline we created. Hit on edit. Let's see. Okay, build artifacts. I think let's just put build here and the fetch. Again, let's put build here. I think this should help. I mean, this should fix the issue. You can name it whatever you want. Let's hope this succeed this time. You see, whenever we run a pipeline, this is gonna perform a checkout action, just downloading the repository. We'll try to speed up this. Okay, we are done with the npm install. As you can see here, if you try accessing the web app, the pipeline is still running. Yeah, we have successfully completed the publish artifact. As you can see, the web app has no application yet since the pipeline is still running. Okay, the pipeline ran successfully. Okay, let's go back to the web app URL. You see yt clone hyphen so and so. If you try refreshing the page, yep, congratulations, you have ran your first pipeline and also deployed a YouTube clone application on Azure web app. This is how the application looks. This is a fully functioning website without any database or app tier. The reason for choosing this application is to focus on building the pipeline. This is just to get started using the CI/CD pipeline rather than managing the application itself. This is a real-time project and also has a YouTube API enabled, so when you try searching anything, let's suppose search TV9, you can see live TV9. This is live, but since I don't want any copyrights, I'll not be playing in it. Okay, and also let's try searching. Let's search for tech tutorials with Piyush. Okay, you can check out his channel. I find this guy's YouTube channel awesome. If you ever wanted to learn on Azure DevOps, this guy has a playlist on Azure DevOps 0 to 0. Please do check it out. It's worth your time. This is not any type of sponsor. I learned from him how to deploy this application. Yeah, alright guys, I hope you liked my video. Please do like, share, subscribe. See you later in the new one. Bye.